Okay, this is the S&P 500 index, and previously on last Wednesday and on Sunday's video, I've mentioned that uh, the S&P 500 will be testing on this 3220. Okay, so thereafter it tests on this and rebounded. Okay, so what we are seeing here, if we look in correlation right with the futures market, there is a possibility that it might rally, okay, or break this so-called resistance level here. All right, so we'll see how it happens. As of now, we still have not had a result on who is going to be the president. Okay, at this moment, Biden is leading. Okay, but if we look at the states that's not being counted right, Trump might win. Okay, so we just have to wait for the actual results before we know the conclusion. Okay, so as of this moment, similarly, Dow Jones, Nasdaq are all giving similar patterns. They are all bouncing off their support. Okay, Dow Jones bounced off this 200-day or this support level. Okay, you can see a lot of price action happening. Okay, so at this moment is holding. Okay, but we will just have to wait for the election. So it's like tomorrow or day after, then we will know um, what will the outcome be. So if Biden's wins, I would say is positive for Asia, and if Trump wins, I would say it's more positive for America. And we expect US to continue trading up higher, trending up. Okay, so for our China Asia market, okay, so this is Shanghai index is still trading sideways. All right, in this consolidation, so I think it's also all hinging on the results in US. Okay, as of Hang Seng is now at its turning point. Okay, now testing this 200-day moving average again, and then holding by this support. Okay, so we'll like to see how this one will turns out. So if this one will break off right and start to trend up, we're most likely going to retest this 26,400 area. Now for Singapore, Singapore has been quite weak. I would say after this rally, right, this excitement here, it has been on a very quiet down drift. All right, until recently we had a 5 consecutive down days. Okay, now the good news is that the past 3 days, right, rebound has been able to cover like 4 days. 3 days cover 4 days, I would say it's a good thing lah. Okay, so um, therefore I think this is positive. We would like to see how this one will turns out. Okay, this run is mainly done by big caps, some of the REITs and the banks. Okay, so for Singapore market, let's go through the REITs first. Now some of the bigger rebound happening is the Ascendus REITs. Okay, so Ascendus REITs has a deep sell down. Okay, there are many reasons for sell down. Could be they take positions, they risk off, or they hedge more by shorting the market, shorting the stock down. Okay, so there are many reasons for this to happen. Instead of margin call, I wouldn't think so, because most of the margin call already happened here. Okay, so this is I would say is a slight pullback. Okay, so as of this moment, we would like to see how this one turns out. Okay, their volume coming in is a positive sign. Okay, so most likely it's going to retrace here, or even better, it might rebound back. Okay, so if it does that, it is a good sign overall for the whole REITs market. So in terms of industrial and logistic, these are the REIT sector that has performed well. Okay, Fraser Logistic and Commercial Trust. Okay, these 2 days I would say is a very strong rebound. Okay, after testing this 200-day moving average over here, yes, rebound 2 days very well. Okay, so expect might have one more day, before it starts to consolidate here. You can see here is it's like a congestion zone. Alright, a lot of traffic, a lot of trade happening here, a lot of people are trapped here. Okay, so you can see this whole bunch of price movement here and all this bunch, right? So once it peers back into this area, it's going to consolidate, okay, because of a lot of trading happening around here. Okay, Maple Tree Log, quite positive, it rebound off is this 200-day moving average. Okay, so I would say that's a very positive sign, and will most likely continue its upwards trend. And we have Maple Tree Industrial. Similarly, this is the support region, and this is a very strong rebound. Okay, so most likely is going to trade in this or consolidate in this area. Okay, so if you were to test back up here, and if you were to come back down here, I think it's a good time to so-called accumulate. Alright, in this price region about 310. But in terms of fundamentals, like the dividend yield is about like 3.9% yield at this price. Okay, EC World REIT, I've mentioned this sometime around here. Okay, due to these two long big bars of volume happening, and thereafter it traded upwards. Okay, so right now it's consolidating due to the volatility for the past week, and okay, it's likely to come into a place where there are sellers coming in, might come in, okay, over here. Alright, so it might from here it might slowly retest to this 73 cents area. Okay, and then one thing I mentioned about this is because it's trading above the 200-day moving average. Okay, so this if we continue to trade around here and then move up, this whole 200-day moving average will turn up, and then subsequently do on a uptrend or something. Okay, so you might want to look at this. Okay, some of the analysts report mentioned that the suburban malls are doing very well. Okay, so if you went to suburban malls like what for me, east side is Tampines Mall and Century Square and all this Bedok Mall. You can see the crowd are there, it's actually quite crowded. Okay, even like Causeway Point is also very crowded now. But the thing is, if you go to city area like Suntec, Raffles City and stuff, or even Orchard area, like Takashimaya, the crowd are not there. Okay, so there is a disparity whereby the crowds are all returning to suburban malls but not to the central malls, in the city area. So Fraser Centrepoint has a very high concentration in suburban malls. Okay, so therefore it seems a little bit stronger or bigger rebound happening for them. And Capital Mall Trust, now renamed to Capital Land Integrated Commercial Trust after the merger with Capcom. The rebound is less, okay, but you can see a lot of volume happening this past or actually this past 1 week. Okay, so a lot of volume is happening here, so there is most likely this is going to be a very strong support, 172 173 area to 175. Okay, so these are where all the volumes are and the buyers are. If you break down the this is a 1 hour chart, you can see all the volumes, right? The big volumes are all in this area. Okay, so I would say is quite a good deal, buying Capital Mall and Capital Commercial Trust. I would say it's quite a good deal to buy this at a 5% yield at this moment, despite the COVID situation. Okay, so but at this moment, most of the reports are showing that they are most of the shopping traffics are coming back. Okay, the economy is slowly recovering, so just save the city malls, so malls like Star Hill Global REIT or Landlease REIT might take a bit longer to recover because of the tourists are not there. Okay, last week video or meeting I've mentioned about this city development. Okay, so city development, previously I've talked about this trend line over here, and you can see, previously it tested this, and then now on Sunday I mentioned that it's most likely going to test this $6.20, hit this trend line and rebound. So that is what happened for the past few days. Okay, so today it went to as high as $6.50 before coming back down again. Okay, so overall this I wouldn't say it's a good sign, okay, for this pullback, but I would say this 620 right will be on a short-term support area. Okay, so you'd like to see how this one will turns out from here. So this 620 is also very close to its March low. Okay, it coincides with that. March low was about 610. So if we look at the counterpart, Hong Kong land. Okay, Hong Kong land had I would say much sustainable or better rebound compared to CityDev. So it's retesting this its previous resistance that have drawn over here, 386, 385. So we would like to see if we can push through this, and then finally turn around. Okay, because I saw some of the Hong Kong property developers, they are already like running quite well, in Hong Kong. Some of the Hong Kong property stocks are running quite well in the Hong Kong exchange, so I was thinking probably Singapore might follow suit, so there are some that are doing quite well, which I think I've mentioned before. I think it's only one that's doing well, Hobby Land. Alright, Hobby Land has been rallying sometime, it's trading above its 200-day moving average. Okay, so currently it's just because of volatility, there's some selling happening. Okay, so it might consolidate over here for a while. So if you okay, so Hobby Land I believe is quite a good yield, 4+% yield. Okay, so this is the only one that is trading above its 200-day moving average. The rest are all below. So even like Goco Land, I mean recently there's this ex-dividend happening. Okay, it tried to burst through but trade below again. So this might take some time again. Now the banks are going to announce their results tomorrow, but what we know that UOB had already announced their results today, and they are nice rally. Okay, I would say nice 80 cents rally for 2 days with volume. Okay, so they are also saying that UOB, their earnings, right, well, it meets estimates but revenue dropped. Okay, so I would say it's a positive sign, and I'll expect DBS and OCBC to roughly be about the same. Okay, so DBS right now overall is stronger, as I've mentioned in my previous video. So DBS among the 3 banks has a relatively stronger price pattern, compared to UOB and OCBC. So if you are looking for a short-term trade, right, go for DBS. But to me personally, I trade OCBC. Why? Because most of my family businesses, people I know, all use OCBC bank, so myself just support OCBC. Okay, so anyway, all the 3 banks will move roughly similar pattern in tandem. Okay, so OCBC has also similarly rebound. Okay, and then it will announce result together with DBS tomorrow. iFast, last week I mentioned that it's going to pull back already, so we have 2 big days. So in such fashion, right, it is going to consolidate really. Okay, so it will take some time for this. So whoever have this, right, you can just take your profit, get out, and then wait for the next turn. Okay, this is quite interesting. Firstly, the Jardine, the two Jardines, right, are starting to show signs of turning around. Okay, so this is quite a positive sign. And this JMH, Jardine Matheson, is also broke out, and then trying to break above this 200-day moving average. So I think it's a very positive sign overall. I think it's a show that the economy is going to recover, or expectation that it's going to recover in next year. Okay, previously, last week I've mentioned that due to the volatility, try to look for stocks that has small pullback, okay, and especially tech sector are strong. So what happened for Hype? As I mentioned, they launched their iPhone 12, and then they are doing their sales. Recent results, Apple CEO mentioned that the demand for iPhone 12 is quite good. Okay, so I would say this has a high chance that it might break above this and then start trending upwards. Okay, so and there is a huge rally yesterday happening. That's the resistance, and then there's a pullback today. Okay, so if this one continue to trade sideways, right, then be wary or to look out for this breakout above this $1.30. Some stocks that have a nice rally, Thai Bev, there's a 2 days nice rally. Like I mentioned that they did not have any sell down, over the past week. They just trade sideways very quietly. So when markets start to rebound, they tend to rebound fast, huge. Okay, so this is Thai Bev. UG Healthcare, there is a rally today. I think there's an expectation for its results tomorrow. Okay, so just be careful with this if you have position in UG Healthcare. Whereas MedTech, they already announced their results, so would not be expecting much movement. They already announced their results over here, and then there is a sell down. Okay, so I believe there will be further consolidation happening. And just for those who have Riverstone, okay, Riverstone is they just announced that they are going to XD for their bonus issue on the 10th of November. Okay, so do watch out for some or small movements happening before the XD. Okay, so that's all I have for today. For the Singapore market, the Hong Kong market. Okay, we have a very big news. The NIPO supposed to start tomorrow. Was given a break. Stopped by Chinese regulator. Okay, and so therefore I think it might be some time before they are able to list again. Okay, so we just have to wait for this. Okay, I think it's more like a conspiracy theory lah. That probably why they stopped them is because of maybe they didn't get enough allocation lah, for N shares. Okay, so they give an excuse that N's financial so-called assets holding for their loans, right, is not up to mark, as per other bank regulation. Okay, so they are going to regulate N financial. Okay, so for that, so because of this, Alibaba had a big drop, 7.5% down. Okay, from previous close, but it is still at its almost its all-time high prices. Not far away. Okay, so you can use this time to probably accumulate. If you like Alibaba, you like its future, you can take this opportunity to buy some. And think someone asked me about this. So this is HSBC holding. So what happens is that previously I mentioned that this is going to be the low already. Okay, it's just that it's going to take some time, about 27. So at this moment is consolidate and then it's continue to trend upwards, trying to recover. So this is will be low. It will take some time to build a new base with this as its support. Okay, so it will take some time. So whenever it starts to come back down, if this holds, then you can use the opportunity to buy in more.